Right boys, in this video I'm going to share with you my short game tips which help me get to a +2 handicap. Short game's probably the best part of my game. I'm not a PGA coach, but I definitely feel like I've got some tips which I can share with you lot, which will help you when you're in the bunker or around the green with a wedge in your hand. I'm only going to go through trying to simplify it as much as we possibly can. I feel like there's way too much information when you come to short game, and we can really make things easier in the bunker and in and around the green. So like I said, I'm just going to give you some of my tips which has helped my game, and hopefully therefore it's going to help your game as well. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already, like this video, and let's just get straight into it. Right, so tip number one, I'm going to start in the bunker, and what helps me and what I see a lot of higher handicaps maybe, or amateurs, or people who are just not that good with their short game, the mistakes that they make in the sand. Okay, so if you think about the golf club and its leading edge, that's what's really going to affect the golf shot out of the sand. The more you close the face, or the more you get rid of the bounce on your wedge, the more the club is going to try to dig into the sand. It's not really the shot that we want to play when we're in the bunker. So I've got probably like a 15-yard bunker shot here. I need to get this up, landing pretty softly and spinning. So the way that I do that, and it might not be the way that everyone does it, but I will build everything into my setup. So ball is off the front of my foot, probably 2 balls on the inside. Get a little bit lower, get my weight shift forward, and I want to open this face up and lay it as flat to the sand as I possibly can. So if I come through the sand, the club's never going to really dig, so I can maintain speed. You need speed out of the bunker, and the loft on the face is going to prevent the ball from traveling too far. Because what I see all the time is people not really with their face open that much, so they haven't got a lot of bounce exposed, a little bit more of a square face, and it just digs into the sand. Couple that with, you've got obviously not a far shot to hit. The natural instinct for us is to try and slow down and just try and pop it out of the bunker. That's not what we want to do. By opening the face and exposing the bounce, we can be a lot more aggressive in the bunker shot. So lower down, I feel like my face is sitting, the bottom of my club is sitting honestly flat to the sand, and I can just maintain my speed and be confident that it's just going to pop up out of the sand every single time. And also just a little bit of awareness on what you're doing with your club path. So as funny as it sounds, for me, hopefully this is a feeling that will work for you, is I feel like I'm hitting a draw out of the bunker. So my path feels like on the way down, it's coming from the inside, like down this way and through there, just to get a bit more of like a shallower strike, like more of a glancing blow across the sand rather than a big out to in dig down. So again, for me, like I said, little draw feeling for me, low into the shot, build it into my setup, weight about 60% forward, face open, and just feel like I work underneath the golf ball. And that's going to be hard to stop it to that flag there, but we've got 3 bunker shots which are up out of the sand safely, and at least we've got a chance at making our par putt or our birdie putt. We haven't left it in the bunker. And I just think the biggest part of that is using the bounce correctly in the sand, having that face a little bit more open, less chance of that leading edge digging in, being a bit lower to the shot, and feeling like you're just on the bottom of the golf club. You're just sort of like bruising the sand. The more we shut that face down, I try and do that, it's going to dig. Have to use the bounce in the bunker. So that'll be my tip. Hopefully that helps you. Let's get out of the bunker and hit some with a few different wedges, because I think this next tip for chipping around the green, we put this on my Instagram, I think this next chip will help so many people on their pitching and just technique as a whole when hitting chip shots. Let's go do that. Right, now this next wedge tip I swear by, okay? You've obviously got Dan Greaves with his release 1, release 2, release 3. They are all fantastic, they have different purposes, but I think as a base pitching, chipping motion, you cannot go wrong if you just follow this technique, okay? So I'll try and explain this as the best as I can. And pitching for me, okay, simplified, I play ball middle of my stance, and I've said this on our Instagram, I don't like it when people try to hit the golf ball when they're pitching, okay? I feel like you drive the handle too much, you get an inconsistent trajectory, you probably get an inconsistent strike, sometimes you're catching it a little bit clean or a little bit heavier than others, and it's really hard to judge what the golf ball is gonna do when you're trying to hit it with the wedge, which we don't need to do. A pitch shot or a chip shot is a soft shot. So what I want you to do and what I want you to feel is middle of the stance, and rather than worrying about what the club head is doing with the ball, I just want you to worry on your hand path. What I mean is keeping your hands close to your body. So you feel like you're working on a semicircle round your body, and as part of that, it's just hitting the ball in the middle of your arc. So don't try to hit it. That might go in. Go on. Oh, don't try to hit the ball with the club head. We'll show you from down the line here. Watch my hand path. It should look like it's a bit more of like a drawy, so going around my body, gets back to middle, and then travels round to the left. Middle stance, weight like 55–60% in the front. And that is gonna pitch, that is gonna spin, that is gonna react the same every single time, rather than, which is it's not a bad shot on the surface, but if you play it and you feel like you're gonna dig it a little bit more, the strike, how hot it's gonna come off the face, everything is just so inconsistent. So the thing that helped me so much with my chipping, and hopefully it will help you lot as well, is just feeling like I'm forgetting what the club head is doing, and I'm just focusing on my hand path, being round, close to my body, weight forward. And you can see it's a much softer strike. It's pretty much doing the exact same thing over and over again. And it's just so much more predictable of what's gonna happen. I'll show you a couple more like the closer ones with maybe a more lofted wedge, and then we can dictate the trajectory by what wedge we're gonna hit. But I think this will help you so much. We'll go and show you a little bit more. So here I've changed from my 54 degree to my 60 because I've got a big ridge in the green which I want to try and navigate, but I don't want the lower flight that my 54 was producing. So I can just build it into my setup the exact same, 60 degree, weight a little bit forward and feel like I have that build motion. It will pop up, feed down nice and soft, and release out. And I haven't done anything there apart from change my wedge. I'm in a different lie, I'm in the rough. I haven't got to try and manipulate what I'm doing because I'm in the rough. I'll just hit the same shots, and that is landed in the exact same spot. That ball might even land on top of the other ball because the outcome is the same every single time. It's a lot more predictable. It's a lot more trusted that I'm gonna get the same strike, I'm gonna get the same trajectory, I'm gonna get the same fly over and over again. But I don't have to try and manipulate the flight by me playing it off my back foot, playing it off my front foot, opening the face, closing the face. I can just change my golf club and hit the same shots over and over again and expect the same results. If this has helped you, I really hope it has, because it helped me in my golf game so much, then just consider subscribing to the channel. We don't put tips videos out a lot, but we got a really good amount of feedback on Instagram from this saying that it did help a lot of people's games, so we thought we'd share it on our YouTube. If it has helped, subscribe, like the video. If it hasn't helped, you're better at chipping than me anyway, then so be it. But can't say I didn't try and help. We'll see you on the next video, everyone. See you later.